We're not having that. You know, we're not interested in any legal arguments of why these murderers can't go to prison. They need to be inside, and we have to say to the establishment, if you don't say, they can send black people down with no evidence. So as far as I'm concerned, they can send these murderers down and the other people and sack these coppers who are responsible for the brutality. So that justice comes from our own organised. So on this march on the 6th of February is the start of things. People have it clear. This is the start of organising action ourselves.
Okay, London Town. Nice one there, brother Alex. Okay, London Town. Okay, London Town. How long we got left now? What's that? Okay. We got another 45 minutes. Okay. Yeah. Driver's got some questions.
Yeah, Sanford Peckham wants to know, Duwayne, if you feel that Stephen was made a sacrificial lamb for his parents' ideals.
You know what? You shouldn't even ask those questions, you know. Cause no, I'm not answering that question because you shouldn't be answering that question. That's a liberty question. That is a liberty question. If they're benefiting from it now, that's down for them, you know. You discuss that with them, but don't discuss that with me because I haven't benefited from it and I don't intend to benefit from it. But I will try my best to ensure that if it does happen to someone, then the same things like what's happening now won't happen.
And she wants to know did you choose your lawyer?
Someone told me about Jane, and I went to Jane and told her about everything. And from then on, she was working with me all the time, pestering me, pressuring me to come back, pressuring me to do this right, to do this right. For instance, that the statement I gave to the inquiry. Every day after work I was there like 2-3 hours doing it, going over little words, going over and over and over and over and over. She made sure that everything's right, and I respect her for all the help that she's given me. And if it wasn't for her, like I said, some of the stuff that's come out in the case or in the inquiry, which was not seen by the Lawrence crew, their legal team, some of the stuff they missed, blatantly written down, which was exposed by Jane. Now I'm thankful for all that. Driver.
Yeah, got Dawn from Forest Hill, and she says, if the situation happened again, what would you do now, and what have you done to prepare yourself?
If the situation happened again, that if you're saying like one of my friends,
with different people,
if one. Different white brothers attack me. If they attack me when I'm in my car or I'm by my car, then you know, it's a different ball game there. Cause I got my tools in my car. But if there's a big group of white boys and I have to be off and I have to run to fight for the next day, there's no point in me fighting and dying, and then nobody don't know nothing about it. That's a joke. If you want to stand up there and die over something little, then you know. But I'll be off and try something another day, Alex.
Let me just try and rephrase the question. I think the question that the person asked should ask is, what are we going to do to stop situations where you got white gangs running around the streets picking on small groups of black people, one person or two people? That's the question you should be asking, Duwayne. Right, and that's the question we need to answer, is what are we going to do to prevent that? How are we going to take control of the streets ourselves, not only with those racists, but with the police officers that are going on about and harassing us? Because these people, these white boys are cowards, because there's 4 of them on 2 people by themselves, and that's what we've got to deal with. So that's how we have to kind of, so I hope that's rephrased to answer your own question.
Okay, London Town. Wow, what a night. Good thing we didn't go live, believe me, G's, or we've been all over. Okay, London Town. Please, London Town, please, London Town, please don't hog up the line, yeah? Poor driver's just working hard, he's busting sweat. Come someone, one of the men bring up some drink now. Okay. The man was Thursday in the studio. Okay, we got a quick question, yeah?
Right, Jackie from Okay Road, she wants to know, when it happened, right, did you approach the Lawrence family or Mr. Lawrence to actually tell him what happened? Because according to him at the inquiry, he didn't know what happened and to Stephen only at the inquiry.
That is true. I didn't approach them because they didn't like me, and all through since that time they never approached my solicitor. They didn't approach me. They just went around telling everybody that it was my fault and that I was a bad influence. And according to Joy in her statement, I needed Stephen more than he needed me. So obviously they thought I was a bad influence on them. They never said nothing to me. Maybe the first time we did hear what happened was at that time, but that's not down to me. That is not down to me. They decided to say all they wanted to say about me and Millie and Martin and other people. They went round saying that that certain members of their family shouldn't be talking to me because it's our fault. They went round saying it. If they wanted to know, they could have came to me. But now they've done all that damage, they can't say anything to me. When they see me, they just look at me and turn their head because they can't say nothing to me because they know what they done.
Also, another part to that question was apparently appointments was made for you and him to meet, and you didn't keep your appointments.
You see now. What appointments? What appointments? I don't know. No, all I know is that at the end of my statement, Mr. Lawrence went to Mr. Adams and said that he wanted to apologize to me or whatever. And Mr. Adams came to me and said to me that Mr. Lawrence is apologizing to me and he wants to meet, blah, blah. And I said no. Because I don't see why it should take all this time for him to realize really what took place at the scene with the police and me and what I had to go through. I don't see it. He had all the statements there. Remember, they had a private prosecution, so they had all the statements of what I said, of everything that happened. So how, if he didn't read them or if he didn't take notice of them, then that's down to him. But I didn't miss no appointments with him because I didn't want to have no appointments with him. And until he stops talking cack and beating around the bush, I don't want to have no appointment with him. Because obviously it won't be very nice because I'm going to be saying what I'm saying and he's going to be saying what he's saying. And really and truly, we should be on the same road. Not on the opposite road, going the opposite direction. We're supposed to be on the same road or running up the same hill to get to where we need to get to. But these appointment stuff, I don't know nothing about that. So, what's the next question? No next question, but this is let me give you an example. Let me tell you what happened. No disrespect to the judge, but when we first found out that this judge, who was an immigration judge, was stopping all these black people coming in, this was in. Well, hold on.
Yeah, the brother from Edgware Roads. Well, this is his personal opinion, but as far as he's concerned, you haven't learnt nothing because you're still running around talking about murdering and everything else.
My friend, did you hear me say it on the radio today that these boys should be murdered? Did I say it today, Briggy? That they should be murdered? Well, if I said that, I can't remember saying it, but I probably did. But if don't you think they should be murdered? My friend, if you, supposing now I come off this radio and I go home and we all, in the morning you wake up, police knocking at your door saying that your brother's been murdered by some white brothers, or your mum was coming home and was murdered, or what are you gonna say? You're gonna say, oh, it's okay, we'll call the police, let the police do it. Is that your honest opinion, my friend? Ring back and you tell me, is that your honest opinion? Is that what you say, let the police deal with it? Or will you be upset and wanting to take arms yourself?
Okay, another time. We're going to do another time. We're going to go into a jingle another time. Okay, Duwayne says no. Okay. Yeah, we'll do that, G. Well, you know what it is? The phone line's been hogged up. I beg you just get Alex off the phone, please, drive. Because we can't have people just keep phoning. I'll tell you what, I'm going to give out my phone number as well, yeah? 07... Oh, it's clear. Okay, I'll have to get my number. Okay. Gosh, man. Battery's going. Need to charge that up. Yeah, swap it over. Okay, London Town. What we're gonna do, London Town, we're gonna go for a little break, London Town, yeah? And we'll catch the bump system up in a couple of secs, yeah? Alright, peace.
Now the countdown has begun to a new millennium. Some of us are walking around like we don't have any head, like we're a nation of zombies. Worse than an ostrich who buries it in the sand for a very, very long time. Well, it is time, my Nubian brothers and sisters, to take the sand from out of your head. We are playing into the hands of a well-put, well-think-up master plan. No, I want you to shut up. We are fighting and looking down at each other over material wealth. Brothers and sisters have lost faith in each other over mere little toys. You think you have achieved something? Then you are nothing but a damn fool. Listen, you have turned from a fearless lion into a cute little house puss. Everybody feeds you. Everybody play with you. We cannot go into the next millennium in this state of mind. The world is watching you, so don't forget every action you take or do, you are representing a nation. But, brothers and sisters, there's a solution. And the solution is very simple, so simple. Kill the nigger in you. Yes, kill the nigger in you. You got to kill it. Kill the nigger in you. Get wisdom, knowledge, and understanding. Stop going like an idiot. And get real. Wake up and look what's going on around you. And tell me that you have to kill that nigger. Kill it before it's too late. Kill that nigger. Kill that nigger. Kill it now. Kill that nigger. Bigging up Briggy on Genesis 91.6. Big him up.
Yo, what's up? This Wyclef and you listening to Briggy on Genesis Radio. Say what?
Yeah, this is on Genesis Radio.
Oh no! Well, this is Red Hot, and I have to big up Briggy on Genesis Radio. Yeah, yeah, me go and walk them mute.
This is the original Borough Bantan, bigging up OG Briggy on Genesis Radio, London. Big up.
Busta Rhymes, Flip Mode Squad, and a place to be. Bigging up my man Briggy on Genesis Radio and all of that.
Yo, what up? This is Prize from the Refugee All-Stars representing the Flatbush crew and my man Briggy from Genesis Radio. You know what I'm saying? One time, come down with the dub.
The massive know this is Peter Metro, bigging up OG Briggy on Genesis Radio Station. And me, man, Mr. Metro, live from Jamaica.
Peace and love, this is John Forte from Refugee Camp The Fugees, chilling with OG Briggy from Genesis Radio. Act like you know, daddy boy.
Yeah, this is Big T bigging up the OG Briggy, who's exposing all those frauds who cannot answer simplest of simple common sense questions, which they foam at the mouth, and quick to anger to answer. You're getting the fight down. That proves that you're doing something right. You're right on time, G.
Yeah, this is Liquor John, bigging up OJ Briggy and Genesis Radio. Respect.
Okay, London Town. London Town, I just want to send big shout out to brother Wayne, Anthony, okay. Also, the brothers and sisters them who died in the New Crossfire, yeah. Brother D, King David just kept on phoning us to remind us, yeah, to give it a mention, London Town, yeah. We know we can't forget that London Town, yeah. So we just want to give a mention to the brothers and sisters who died in the New Crossfire, okay. We want to send our condolences to the family, yeah. Okay, anyway, London Town, the Black Spiritual Metaphysical Regeneration Show. We've got brother Duwayne in the house, okay, and also brother Alex. Brother Alex, just want to quickly say something, London Town.
I just want to say, those who are interested in the Civil Rights March, that I got an information line that you can call for more details. The telephone number is 07957 696 636. That's 07957 696 And I'll say hi to King David. How you doing?
Okay, anyway, back to what Brother Duwayne was saying just before we took that call there, yeah? Don't forget London Town 0795 777 Yeah, when you're speaking about that.
Yeah, like the question was asked, like, how come Mr. Lawrence only knows about that now? See, their legal team, when their legal team didn't want to consult with our legal team, basically, that's what it boils down to. Because if you was one of those people that was at the Tricycle Theatre on Tuesday, and a question was asked about the judge, and Mr. Lawrence said when he found out about the judge, they tried to take steps against him, which was what? When was that? The day before the inquiry? March, was it? Sometime like that? We informed them from October the year before. We informed them from October about the judge, and we sent them stuff about the judge, and they didn't take no notice of it. They waited to the last minute. That shows you that they wasn't paying no attention to us. Even though the judge has changed, because at the beginning he was adamant there was no racism, but because more and more evidence was coming out in his face, he had to accept it. The Lawrences did not pay attention to us. They waited to the last minute. I went to go to see Jack Straw on the day before. What was that all about when we told them from October? Many other things that we told them, they didn't want to take notice. It's like they wanted to do everything on their back. Like they said, they don't want no one getting involved. It's their son that was murdered. If no one don't get involved, who is going to help them in the struggle? I've always said I like help. There's times when I want to be on myself and I don't want people around me, etc., etc. But when it comes down to it, I want the help from people. We all need help. And them saying they shouldn't say things like that. We all need help, and we need the public support. Without the public support, nothing will be changed.
Yeah, I want to agree with that. I would agree with that. Just say one thing that happened, and it just shows you how much, if we get together, we can actually change things. And it was, the inquiry was going on really bad at the beginning, where this judge was having private conferences with the police, so nothing scandalous could be made in public, right? And it was the people in the inquiry, people like Jackie and Dee and other people that turn up and made up noise in the public gallery, and they weren't having it, and they organised themselves and forced the inquiry to bring things out in the public. And secondly, on the day when the killers come, when the people got together, on the second day, when those murderers come out on the first day laughing and carrying on in the crowd, the second day when 1,000 people turned up, we wiped the smile off their faces. And that just shows what can happen. So I really do think it is what we can do. We need people working, 100%, 200% on this march. We need to get people on the street to encourage people that we can organize and we can get things done if we come together as a collective group. So I want to see everyone is listening on this radio, talk to 5 people they know and bring them down on the 6th of February, right, to Brixton at 12 noon, and support all of us in our struggle.
Okay, London Town. What we're trying to do, London Town, we're trying to make up a ad for that, London Town, yeah, so you can get the information. Before Brother Alex leaves, yeah, we'll make sure that we'll get his phone number, so anybody who wants to get involved in the march, yeah, or can bring something towards the march too, yeah, you can phone Brother Alex there later on, yeah. Okay, driver, my secretary for the night. Okay, right here.
Yeah, the question to Alex basically from Big T. Where have you promoted the civil rights march other than Genesis? And also Big T says he doesn't think that the sisters them should be involved in the march. It should be just a brothers thing. Reason being, because if anything kicks off, the sisters them shouldn't be involved in it. What's your opinion on that?
The main promotion for the march is that we've been getting support from a lot of colleges, particularly FE colleges, where a lot of the young black youth are at. So we've been going around all the colleges in London. We've got meetings and stuff. Also, we've been out of London. We've got people from Liverpool, from Cardiff, from Warwick, Coventry, all these people, we've been meeting with them over the past weeks. So we're going contacted that way. Also, we're contacting other stations, but a lot of the kind of commercial official stations are, they're a bit nervous of promoting it because they don't want to rock their boat. So we're working on that. Secondly, about women, I'm just saying that my experience, I've seen our black women have been at the forefront of the struggle throughout our history from when we were slaves. And the women that played a big role in the inquiry, they turned things around. So women are absolutely important to come on this march. How we're going to start, we don't want this march to kick off, in a sense. We don't want this march to kick off. We want to have a disciplined, militant march. We don't want it to be kicking off or responding to police provocation, but we're organising stewards. And we made it clear, we met with the police last week and we're organising, we want people to come forward as stewards on the day, and we're going to make it very clear to the police, you're not going to mess with us on our march. We have the right to march on these streets and to declare what's been happening to us. So what we want to say is that they're going to be stewards. I'm bringing, we want women, we want men, we want all people, children, whatever, old people to come on this march, because it is something that affects all of us. I'm bringing my niece, she's 2.5, on this march, because I think she needs to know what's going on. She needs to be part of the struggle, because I'm going to defend her future. So I think everyone should come on this march. It's going to be a discipline, and we're not interested in kicking off with the police at this time. We determine our own tactics. We don't give our tactics out. But this is going to be a disciplined, protected march, and we made it clear to the police and whoever that you're not going to stop us from marching on the streets, and we will protect the march from any aggravation from the police or whatever. And that's how we've done it in the past.
And also, all other organisations that's out there, it would be good if you lot could get in contact with Brother Alex as well, and show your solidarity and support. Okay. Anyway, London Town. We're still in the house, Brother Duwayne, do you want to just go back to where you were just saying there? Let's hopefully you can just get. Oh my word, what's going on here now? Okay, London Town. London Town, what you saying, man? 0795 775 Any more questions for Brother Duwayne?
Yeah, this person just phoned up and I was talking to him and he was saying to me that, Jane is one of the best solicitors in London. Do you hear that, Peter Herbert? One of the best solicitors in London, because it was you and your crew that was fighting against her, and you had a conference where you had Imran Khan and Mike Mansfield out speaking on immigration. What do they know about immigration? Jane's partner, that's her job, immigration. Why wasn't she invited to your conferences? Jane turns up at your conference and has to pay £70 to get in when you got people, when it's about Stephen Lawrence case and about the injustice, and my solicitor who's involved has to pay £70 to get in. I don't think that, I personally think that is a disrespect. That is a diss to me. And personally, even though she can afford it, I think that should be paid back. Driver.
Yeah, we've got a caller from Hackney, and the caller wants to know is, do you think that Imran Khan was basically the downfall for the conviction of those boys getting off the case?
Well, he was the downfall of me. I would definitely say that, because when he was supposed to come and give me support, he never gave me support. And the day that he did come, his assistant writes down that I saw police statements, which was, I think, a bit ridiculous, because how can his assistant write that down when there's no way I could have said that? The issue was impossible. But we tried to contact him. I would phone him, and his assistant would say that he's not there. I would then get a friend to phone him, and all of a sudden he'll be there. And when I come on the phone, he'll be, I haven't got time to talk to you now, blah, 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 blah. So on the part of where he's with me, he found me as a solicitor, and the next time I see him in public and he's on the board, I'll be questioning him about that. I'll be questioning him about things like that, what he done. But, obviously the Lawrences don't feel that he failed them, because they're still with him. But I think that, he's useless.
Okay, brother Duwayne. Anyway, Valerie from Streatham phone up saying, Duwayne, that you mentioned earlier on that if anything happened to you, it wouldn't be an accident, And basically she's saying that if anything did happen to you, what would you want the black community to do? And is there anybody that you've left instructions with what to do, basically?
Well, if something does happen to me, I don't want everyone going out and killing people indiscriminately and no race war. I just want someone to then to step up into my footsteps and continue on the battle, basically. And yeah, I am dealing with someone else that I'm noting down everything, and they've taken everything. So, just in case something does happen to me, but I don't want no riot. If anything does happen to me, I don't want no riots or anything. I just want people to come out, march, and then somebody else to take up my footsteps and continue the battle.
Okay, yeah, we've got a caller, John, basically, and a few of his friends. They want to know is who recommended her, Jane, and basically, was she planted there? Into, as far as we as so-called black people are concerned.
Well, I don't know what you mean planted there, but it was one of the members of the Lawrence family that advised me to go to Jane. So it wasn't no one else, like no police or anybody else said for me to go to her. It was a member of the Lawrence family that directed me to her.
Okay, Kenny from Knightsbridge, right, basically saying that, did Mr. and Mrs. Lawrence see you as a bad influence here on Stephen?
Well, they did. They said it in their statement blatantly, and I'm sure if you were to meet Mr. Lawrence and Mrs. Lawrence and you asked them, they would tell you that. That's what they thought, but I don't know what they think now. But it's too late now. It's too late now. They've done all their damage in the months after the case, saying people that they shouldn't be speaking to me, and going around to members of the family that I spoke to and saying that they shouldn't be speaking to me. They know what they done. Saying things about my mum and all them things like that. They know why they was doing it, I don't know, Briggy.
Okay, Leonard, Driver's just got a quick question.
Yeah, we've got a sister named Sam said, are you consider writing a book, and have you been in contact with any publishers?
On the book subject, I've started my book already, and it will be. I'm just trying to just get it all down, and some people are dealing with that with me at the moment. But when it comes out, everybody will know, and it'll be exposing everybody what I think, and everybody be able to read it when it comes out. Regarding the program that was on today, London, I never saw it. I never saw it, but as soon as I get to see it, then everyone will hear my comments on it, and if there's anything libelous on it, then Channel 4 will be in problems.
Okay, London Town. Okay, London Town. It's all about you, London Town. Please, London Town. I'll tell you what, London Town, because there's people probably out there saying, right, certain questions not been answered and so and so. I'm saying pick up the phone, and ask the questions yourself, Don't be sitting down, talk to each other, Just get on the line and phone, and please make it sharp, straight to the point, Drive, get rid of that caller, please. All right, nice one. Anyway, the phone's free now, 0795775477.
Yeah, we got a call. I think it was drawing reference to the program that was shown to do when they was driving up to the house, and wants to know is, do you think that they were paid off in some way to keep quiet because they were related to whoever they were related to?
I don't know, because like I just said, I never saw the program. I was I don't know what time it was on. What, 8 to 9? Yeah, at 8 o'clock London Town, I was at church, listening to some music, watched the choir singing, clapping and getting involved, saying some prayers, getting prayed for. So I never saw the program, Alex.
It does tell you, it does tell you something that the Channel 4 and no one's bothered to contact you to say that you're going, that you're going to be mentioned or referred to in a national TV program. Doesn't that say something about how the people are treating you?
Well, that was from day one, basically. Mrs. Mansfield, who's from Vanton Productions, offered for me to do something and was saying to me they'll pay me £50. When I then asked her what the budget was for the program, she wouldn't tell me what the budget was. But they all want to make money, but they don't want to pass the money around where it's supposed to go.
We had a caller from caller named Isis, and she wanted to know about the award that the Lawrence's family got, and what do you feel about it?
And can you stop asking me about the stuff that the Lawrences are doing and getting? Why don't you ask them? I don't know nothing about no award. I wasn't invited to there because I'm not a diplomat. I don't speak diplomatically. If I think Alex knows more than that about me.
Yeah, I think the establishment decided to give them award for bravery. I don't know. I think it was the newspapers and the government. You know, they're all interlinked in some way. And I think, you know, and as far as I'm concerned, this is. I mean, good luck to them. And I got no dish with that family at all. And I think there's lots of. What's really sad is because it's been left like this, is that, you know, victims of racism are being targeted and being left aside. And we get a situation where families are starting to fight amongst themselves. You know, this is the kind of pressure. I remember having a conversation with Mr. Lawrence 4 years ago on a train coming back from Manchester. And, you know, I mean, and about, you know, how it's, you know, you are going to be stuck by yourself for a long time, and you really got to broaden it out. And Mr. Lawrence doesn't talk to me now. But, I mean, I have no personal thing to him. And I feel that family have lost something, but I also think that the big, you know, the forgotten victim here has been Duwayne, and I think that's the situation. And I just think that that's the person we have to be dealing with. But with the Lawrences, you know, they'll do their own thing, whatever they want to do, they should do. The question is it wasn't the murderers didn't murder their son because they were their son. They murdered him because he was a black guy, and I think it's all of our responsibility to take charge of the situation.
Okay, we've got another caller, and the question goes to you, Alex, and wants to know about, was it PC Crowley, and basically some involvement in something that he basically, some cover-up previously before. A caller wants to know more information about that.
Yeah, this police officer, in southeast London there's been 4 racist murders, and the white people that were involved in the murder of Stephen Lawrence and the attack on Duwayne are connected with a racist gang and a BMP. And they've been operating in that area for years. They murdered someone called, one of the people that were murdered was called Roland Adams, and it was by a bus stop in Thamesmead, a very similar situation. And Roland Nathan, his brother, was a witness, a key witness to that murder and that attack. And what the same police officer took care of Nathan, and then went into the court and said that Nathan said that he didn't recognize these people. And so Nathan, who was the only witness, the key witness, his evidence was trashed. And this same officer has done the same thing to Duwayne, and that's what the real connection is. Also, another police officer that's been involved in the investigation was seen to have connections with one of the murderers' father, who's a big gangland leader in the area. So there's this issue, you know, the inquiry and the people trying to present it as being incompetence. It's corruption. That's what's been going on. The police have consciously of sabotage this investigation in order to protect these white racist murders, and that's what's been going on. I think people need to be clear about that. And the other thing is, I'll just say what's come out of that is, one of the things that they're saying is that, oh yeah, the police are racist. Yeah, their police are racist, because they can't say anything else now, because it just looks so foolish to everyone, right? And they're saying the police are racist, but they're only reflecting what racism in society is. Well, that's not true, because Condom and these people, they're promoting racism, because I think people remember years ago when he first became in charge, he was Operation Eagle Eye, where he was going around telling people publicly that black people were responsible for street crime. You know, so the police are promoting racism and all these other people. So I think that's very important. But I just say there's so much that's come out of this case, and the way that the police have operated, it really is corruption, and that's why they are criminals. They have perverted the course of justice, and they should be in jail, and that's what should happen.
Where should they be, Duwayne? Okay, London Town. Any more questions there, Brother Driver?
Yeah, we had a caller that said to Duwayne, well, wants to know from Duwayne, back in the days, he said when something used to happen, people used to get out and, you know, get out their cars when things happen. Now they don't do that. He wants to know, what does Duwayne think about that, and why they don't do it?
Boy, I don't know what to say to that question. I don't know what to say to that question. All I know is on the night I tried to stop some cars and nobody wanted to stop. So basically that's what I can. I don't know how to answer that question. You know how to answer Alex?
Stop generally or stop in the- Yeah, one of the things is that we have been through a lot, and I think one of the things is that people are scared. Who's going to do it first? Who's going to take the stand first? When you see someone being stopped by the police, if that's what the question's about, right? And you see them, we all see it, and you see it, and you think, well, what should I do? Should I go in there? Is the police going to arrest me? You know, am I going to be stuck there by myself? And I think that you can understand why people think that way. What's going to change situations if people can see everyone else doing it? That, you know, next time, what we say is, next time you see someone being stopped by the police, you go up there. I've done it. I've done it outside my work at 9 o'clock in the morning when they stopped, when this black guy was stopped at a traffic light for speeding, and his car was stationary. I said, what's going on, right? And within a few minutes, I had a whole crowd of people around me. So it just takes one person to start that. But we've got to start turning that around, and I think that's the way we have to go.
Okay, yeah, we've got a sister named Rosemary from Broccoli, and she basically wants to say to Brother Duwayne to keep his head up, keep strong. And she's saying out to everybody else out there, because you know that he's still being even harassed all now by the police, what they should do is put pen to paper and write to the government and let them be aware of the situation. Briggy.
Okay, just want to send a big shout out to Sister Louise as well. Basically, Duwayne, she's saying, oh, the edgy, keep it strong, yeah? And you know she's down with the all the way. Do you want to say anything nice to her?
I just want to say thanks very much. I don't know you, but obviously you know me through Boogie and that. But and I say thanks to everybody, really, everybody that I can't be calling names, because if I start calling names, I'm gonna forget other people's names, and they're gonna say, oh, why didn't you call my name and blah blah blah. So I just say thanks to everybody. No more questions. Ain't no. What's Alex?
We're going off, and it's been quite a night. I'm going to just say one thing, just to remind people. We have a civil rights march on the 6th of February, starting at Brixton at 12 noon, and we're marching to New Scotland Yard and to Downing Street, and we want as many people out there on the street as possible. If you want more information about the march, you need to call this number, which is 07957 696 636. Okay, so give that number a call. Tell other people to come out on this march. We've got to show support. It's not Duwayne by himself. We've got to show support for all of us. And if you've got an issue, if you've been abused, don't care where, whether it's in the prisons or whether it's in the by the police or by the courts or whatever, you come down with your placard, with your flyers, promoting your issues. A march for everyone to come on the streets and show how much racism is and how we're going to turn it around. Okay, so call that number again. That's 07957 696 636, right? And remember, Saturday 6th of February, 12 noon, Brixton.
Yeah, sister. See the phone. The mic's a phone now. Listen. Briggy says it's the last call. We've got Sister Valerie from Streatham. She basically wants to know is to do with all the harassment that you've had, the phone bugging, and have you presented that information to your lawyer? And also, what has your lawyer done with the information and what's happened with it?
All that information's been taken care of. You see, I'm a person, yeah. If I'm gonna do something, and I know that what I'm gonna do can be prevented by the persons I'm gonna do. Like, for instance, I'm not gonna broadcast that I'm going to sue the police. Why am I gonna broadcast on TV I'm gonna sue the police like the Lawrence family have done? Obviously the police are gonna be waiting for this now. I've got this information, but I know my solicitors told me what we're going to do with this information. I ain't going to say what we're going to do, but we've got plans for the information. But when it all starts, everybody will hear, everybody will see more of me, everybody will hear more of me, and that's what I've got to say. And I was going to say thank everyone for listening to Genesis. Back on the air at last. I'll be back again. I'll be back. I'll always be back again on this station. I'd like if you want to have any information on the case, that of if you want the submissions that are on the behalf of me, anything that you want from the case, that send a letter to Genesis, and they will get to me. If you could put a £5 in your letter to, for Genesis, so they can get a heater in the place. And any donations will be much grateful. So if you can just do that, that will help out the station, help out everybody else. Briggy.
Okay, London Town. That's about it for tonight, London Town. Yeah. I just want to send enough big respect out to brother Duwayne, also brother Alex for taking their time out to come in London Town. Also, you the brothers and sisters who phoned in, enough respect. I have to big up the Philip level, enough respect for the Bad Boy Lovers Rock Shark. I didn't even get to say that earlier on today, Philip, yeah. And one of my main men, them Daddy Driver, I have to say respect still for coming in. Oi, big boy, for real, the phone's haywire, they drives enough respect, yeah, for everybody you kept up with, yeah. Okay, anyway, London Town, the Black Spiritual Physical Regeneration Show. What we're going to do, London Town, we're going to leave, well, RB hasn't reached the studio yet, so obviously I'm not leaving the studio yet, yeah, so we've got the studio line still on, yeah. The brothers stay 5 minutes, take a couple of calls, yeah, off here. Okay, brother Duwayne and brother Alex are going to stay in for the next 5 to 10 minutes, yeah. Take a couple of calls off here, yeah. So you can call us on the same number, 0795 754 77, or, what's the other number, Drive? 0705 0234 220, yeah, you can get us on that, yeah. Okay, we're gonna continue rolling in the session that we did with brother Duwayne. Was it, how long is it now? 1996, late 96. London Town, seriously, I can't even keep up with some of the dates of the show. Don't, sometimes I don't even put the date on here. Believe me, London Town, or people just send me in the shows, yeah. But anyway, enough respect still, London Town, for tuning in, yeah. And we'll see the brothers and sisters most definitely in a little while. All right, peace.
Directing their anger on the wrong person.
He must have known. Obviously, the judge is gonna say, "Well, boy, I understand what you're saying, Duwayne, but he's a solicitor. I'm more liable to believe him than me." That's.
Are you still not talking to the family?
It's not me not talking to the family.
I mean, well, the family not talking to you.
They're not talking to me. I haven't done nothing to them, I haven't done nothing.
Well, I think it's about time. Okay, they've gone through the grief of losing a son, which is, a very painful thing. And mistakes was made in the past. I mean, I think it's time to actually sit down with you. Even if you go and call them and say, look.
Okay, sorry about London Town. Big T, I beg you, Big T, give the studio number a call, yeah? Or call me on 07930 888 669. You know the coup, Big T, yeah? Please, if you can phone now, yeah? All right.
Yeah, I understand, but you have to move on. The boy, the Lawrence is gone now, and the only thing you can do is to make something of what, even to keep bringing these guys' faces to the paper, or if you can't, if that's what can be done at this moment. But you have to sort out something with the family. I mean, it's no good really coming on air and telling them how they used to do this and that with the family. I mean, the boys, Lawrence is gone now, and we don't really want to bring more sorrow onto the family. You understand? So,
well, I
it's
understand
best to keep knocking on the door and see what would happen. If they, keep pushing your way, then you've got to understand that, boy, you've done everything you can do, everything you possibly can done. So what more do they want me to do? They want you to go out there and murder the boys in return?
That was my suggestion from the beginning.
Well, it's just going to be more lives gone. Okay, I'm not going to be sorry for theirs, but suppose you get catch in the meantime, that's your life messed up, because they're going to give you life sentence.
Well, boy, when you see something like that, and you're sitting in your house and you're thinking about it all the time, it makes you do those kind of things.
Yeah, no, but you have to deal with reality now. You see,
it is reality.
It's reality, but we don't live in a world where we in the Western like that.
Okay, we're talking about stuff with Stephen Lawrence. Okay, and other things still done in time, because, you know, like I said, we're dealing with a very touchy subject here still. But, like, you know what I mean, London Town, some people are fun up saying, yeah, it shouldn't be in and stuff like that. But what do we do, man? Okay, anyway, I'm going to take this next topic. Hello, Genesis Radio.
Hello?
Hello?
Yeah, what to speak to that brother Duwayne there?
Yeah, what's your name? Where you calling from, brother?
Yeah, it's Ryan from East London.
Okay, nice one.
Yeah, I just wanted to, say like enough respect to you there because, the police are very funny people, and I'm going through a similar thing myself where taking the police to court for harassment, and I've blatantly seen police lie in court. So what you're saying is no big surprise, but I would say keep your chin up. And one final thing I would say is I wouldn't criticize the Lawrence family because at the end of the day, no one's got the right to take another life. And that's what these animals have done. So I think you're a little bit out of order for criticizing the family because everyone goes through that thing. We're living in England, you know what I mean?
Okay, man. You know what, man? Well, I can understand on the police part, 'cause, you know what I mean? I was in court and the policeman just lied blatantly,
Of course.
Lied blatantly to the judge, and then when the judge just said to him, okay then, where's the knife? And he talk about a senior officer threw the knife away. You know what I mean? Damn thing's there.
Yeah. Well, that's what I really wanted to say, and don't let the police harass you because you don't let them turn you mad and things, man. Just keep your head up, and we have to hope that all our people wake up soon, because if we don't, we're in big trouble.
That's it. That is
big
it.
trouble.
They've got to wake up fast.
Because it seems that there's a lot of people who are just sleepwalking, and there's one final thing.